Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to this reading. So we are going to take a look at if you have any energy vampires around you, and if yes, then who they are. Energy vampires are people that drain your energy. So every time you interact with them or you're in their environment, you feel like your energy just keeps on reducing and you just return home tired. You need to take a big break from socializing and so on. This can be because they're being negative or they have just your energies are not very compatible. It can be manipulation or other type of toxic behaviors as well. So we're going to dive into it and see what we get for you. We have pile number 1 over here, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure to choose your reading using your intuition. If you're not quite sure how to engage it, there is a video in the ribbon above that will walk you through it and help you out. It's also linked in the description box if you want to see it separately. And whenever you're ready, the reading for you is in the timestamps, and we'll get started whenever you're ready. Hi pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So let's see if you have any energy vampires around you. We have wormhole. I think you may. This one here, it's like across time is something I get. So it's been a while that you have this person around you. It can be, but I also feel like you occasionally come into contact with this person. Maybe because you are aware on like some level that you feel drained and you just don't like talking to them or being around them, so you kind of make yourself scarce, so don't really volunteer much information. I'm also getting like they try to pull out more information from you. The more intel they have, the better for them for some reason. I don't know if there's like a competition or jealousy type of thing going on. So let's see your tarot cards. That's what I'm getting so far. It seems likely that you do have someone around you. For pile number 1, please. Who is this energy vampire around pile number 1? We have King of Wands. We have the Empress. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Temperance. Okay. And also I would like to know what kind of energy vampire they are. We have 8 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. A little bit more about them, and then we'll get started. A little bit more about the energy vampire's identity here. Who are they? Some more clues, please. We have Saturn, and we have the 8th house. All right. So there seems to be some type of leadership situation going on here. Someone who is quite I think this person is well achieving. There's plenty of things coming up, okay? So hang on, let me just organize my thoughts. They are a leader figure. I don't know if they are a leader in your life or just objectively they have a leadership position, uh, or they're like a dominant personality. Okay. Um, they're also very self-restrictive or self-critical. They are possibly high achieving, but they're very hard on themselves. Victim mindset is also I'm getting. Even though they have a lot, they act like they don't have anything, or they're just generally dissatisfied no matter what they have. They have low self-esteem. Yeah, okay. And Sagittarius is a zodiac that's coming through. Uh, or yeah, Sagittarius, Leo, some fire signs. Okay, fire signs are coming through for you most strongly. This is someone who is likely, yeah, I'm just getting a lot of insecurities. Okay, so I don't know if they are outright manipulative or they're like more passively manipulative, but I feel like they try to be sneaky in getting out information from you. um Again, I'm getting that they don't seem to be all the time prevalent in your life, especially when they're feeling insecure and you happen to be around for some of the other reason. That's when I think they feel um most prominent, most dominant in your region, in your surroundings. Now, in what way they are vamping on you, the Eight of Cups and Nine of Pentacles is like they take away your freedom, they take away your independence or your health, even. So, I'm getting like evil eye, even for some cases. Someone who, again, like they have enough, but they don't want other people to have a lot for some reason, or they're like, yeah, but they have that, I want that, that's sort of like jealousy, competition. I want to be the best, am I the best? Is pile number one, getting ahead in life, that sort of thing. So they take away sort of your stamina. If you're just going about your day smiling, happy, eating fine, and exercising, everything, you might just feel so drained after meeting them that you don't want to do anything. You want to just sit on your couch and, yeah, just do nothing, just watch TV or something and eat unhealthy food, or just you really feel like just letting loose. Your discipline kind of takes a hit when you're around this person or you have interacted with this person and then you go back home. Yeah, some sort of domineering figure. It can be bosses, of course, like, I mean, it can be, but it's not like the boss that you interact with daily. It could be like the boss right above, where you have like a big team meeting, then you come across them. They seem to be quite critical and they have like, no, this is my way, this is how it's gonna go, this is, I own this or I rule this, so it's gonna be my way or the highway, and you just have to find a way to deal with it. So then, like, stifling your voice and putting like extra responsibilities on you or extra pressure on you, those are some things that I'm noticing here. So in that way also, I feel like insecurity and jealousy, like they don't allow other people to speak because that would mean that maybe their ideas are not the best, or maybe there are better ways of going about things, and that makes them insecure about themselves. And jealousy in the sense like they're jealous of younger people or people in more junior positions compared to them, have more free time, or they can just prioritize their personal life over professional life, but they are not able to do it, so they just want to make everybody kind of suffer. Yeah, so apply it as it resonates. There are different scenarios that are coming out, but also different people are watching, so of course that makes sense. What else? They're about the same age as you, but they have a more immature mind. They want to, like, on the surface, they're like, oh, I'm posh, I'm put together, I'm perfect. And they want to, like, portray a certain image, but inside, they feel very scattered, frazzled, pressured, just kind of tired, you know? Yeah, they need some sort of break in life and need to go for some sort of healing, for sure. Yeah, I'm not getting like romantic context here. It could be like a distant friend, someone you studied with, but you occasionally keep in touch, or like even a cousin or something. Not really a partner. And also not a close family member. At least that's what like is the strongest one that's popping out here in the reading. Okay. Yeah, also the wormhole is like across time, and I think maybe you meet them randomly as well, so it's not like a set thing. That's why I was first going with, oh, you bump into each other. Once in a while you come across them. Okay, let's get some astro dice here. We have Venus, Libra in the 7th house. Wow, okay, so Venus rules Libra, and Libra naturally sits in the 7th house, which would put Aries in the 1st house. So there could be Aries risings, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs coming in. And again, in front of other people, they want to be recognized as beautiful or sophisticated, abundant, prosperous. They want to show a certain rich image. And so if anything remotely threatens that, or not even threatens, if someone else is along the same pace and they see as a competition, then they're gonna kind of do a bit extra of like showing off or flaunting relationships, or things like that. I think they act very sweet. They act very sweet on the surface. It's like, oh my God, how are you? Like, tell me more. We should really catch up, they'll act very sweet, but that's a facade. And I guess you kind of feel that, because it's usually about pulling out information. And I think that's their kind of power too, of the more closely you know people, you know more of their secrets, and then you have more power, more control. Not, I don't know if they actually like use those secrets, but it just gives them a sense of power, puts them in a more authority position. And you see them as trustworthy, so that makes them feel satisfied as well. You or anyone else. I think they're a vampire to many people. Yeah. But I think they are also surrounded by a lot of domineering personalities. So they're just, from their perspective, they're just trying to stand out in their environment, make a space for themselves. But yeah, when that is projected in places that it's really not needed, then of course it becomes very imbalanced and irritating and even destructive in some cases. Okay, let's get you some charms. Feel free to guess any letters, mini tarot, or charms. Drop it in the comments if you get anything. Listen to your intuition. First thing that pops to your mind, just drop that down. Okay, pile number 1. Anything else we can know about their energy vampire? Oh, a lot. So we have a cycle, circle, spiral kind of thing. We have a bird, we have a bow, a bat, peacock, a lady holding a star, so like a fairy. We have this helical symbol. We have the bull. It's like Taurus, Aquarius energy. Perhaps you could be that. And we have this heals. So again, that personality, wanting to come across very pleasant. And it's very fascinating that we have the peacock and the bat. So it's like distracting you with a lot of fanfare or, sweet, nice words or something, compliments, gifts even. But then there's like another thing happening at night or in the dark, in the shadows. And they are well achieved for sure. This is like a sign of celebration, but they want to keep on rising. It's like a spiral, two signs of spiral happening, stuck in a loop, stuck in a spiral. So if they're experiencing negative things, they're also propagating negative things here. They might be quite stubborn or like stuck in their head, so they're not able to change their ways even if they want to. But I think the conditioning is very strong, such that they will not be open to clarity and realization, even if it was standing right in front of them. And we have the bird also, which is like the sweet voice and coming across as docile, kind of shy and soft and that sort of thing. Okay, now for the mini tarot, we have the King of Swords, we have Death, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. And for the letters, you have L and J. Yeah, death again is like talking about shadows, and it corresponds with transformation, and 8th house is about transformation, shadow work as well. So there seems to be a lot of shadows to work on, and if you don't do that, if you don't put in the time and effort, then it's just going to be spinning out of control. Like it's difficult for them, it's difficult for others around them, and it can be draining because it's just unprocessed energy basically, and they're kind of leaking out. It can also be that you're more of an empath, so you sense these energies, the heaviness and self-criticism from this other person, even though they're not actively trying to pull you down or anything. You just feel that there's so much going on with this person that you just cannot deal with it. You're entitled to your space. You can put boundaries. You don't need to meet them. It's if you feel like it's not your place to say anything, or that they are not receptive to any support or guidance at this time, then you are completely free to establish your own space and not allow this person into your world. But in the case that they are propagating, it's just difficult then. King of Swords again is like a leader figure, very critical, judgmental as well. Maybe you hear them make a lot of judgments about things or stereotyping, and it's just like, okay, it's, that's not true, but I don't have the energy to argue right now. And the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's dedicated, steady, but also like, again, very stubborn. So yes, slow and steady wins the race. And again, like I said, they're likely a leader figure or high achieving. They're recognized, and they have put in the work to get where they are. But still, there is like insecurities and difficulties around success, power, domination, control. And these topics can make it difficult for others to be around them. So yes, that's what I'm getting for you. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this reading, like what popped out to you. What do you think this is about? Do you know who I'm referring to, or is it something that you have to think over? Did you guess any of these charms or mini tarot letters? Do they resonate? It can be your first, last, middle name, by the way. It can be theirs as well. Yes, and like the video if you liked the reading. It really goes a long way to support the video, the channel, allows it to grow, reach other people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It, again, shows your support and really helps a small channel grow. And if you have subscribed, thank you so very much. It really means a lot. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out to me through the links in the description box. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So first question is, do you have any energy vampires around you? And then we'll get into who it is, or who all it is, depending on what comes through. So we have the binary star coming out first. I would say yes, you have, and you have two. And they're around you a bit. I don't know if you work with them or, let's get the tarot cards for context. But yes, you do have, and it's two. Quite similar personalities, perhaps. But yeah, let's get the cards. For pile number 2, please describe their energy vampires. Who is draining their energy? First, oh wow, okay, the first card we have here is the 3 of Swords. We have the 9 of Wands. Actually, keep this here. Yeah. 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands. Then comes out the Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Defensive, heartbroken person or people. I'm not getting two separate energies here, so I'm going to say that it's two people with very similar personalities. I'm also getting not bipolar as such, but like they kind of have two different sides to them. So multiple personalities, but within a person. So then they can, that's why it could be showing up as a split as well. I want to know what kind of draining they do, like how do they vamp on you, basically. Let's get a little bit more info on that. We have the Knight of Wands. So quite literally draining your joy, enthusiasm, your motivation, your energy levels are quite affected after you interact with them. And we have the Queen of Wands here as well. So I think they discourage you quite a bit. And discourage you and drain you out. So more about this person or people. Your leadership skills can also be, I think they make you defensive because they are perhaps like they defend themselves a lot. They're very insecure in some ways, and they feel the need to like explain themselves, so they kind of project that same behavior onto others. We have the Moon coming up. Okay, and we have the South Node. So for some of you, not all, this can be a mother figure or a friend or elder sibling who is quite mothering. Okay, this person has been kind of stuck in a karmic cycle. Okay, with the South Node card here, they are not yet dealing with some issues that they have, and it's not a current life issue. It could be coming from multiple past lifetimes. And it's usually quite difficult for people to stop that pattern because it kind of becomes a habit for us. But yeah, so you have to really try hard. You have to do some soul work in order to get out of that. If you don't do that, then yes, you're going to keep repeating the same things. You're not going to like yourself or your life. Abundance, like true abundance, not only financially, but like prosperity, joy, family, connections, all that. That's hard to come by because you're not in that growth cycle. And on top of that, because you're not getting what you want, you then project those fears, issues, insecurities onto others. So this person seems like there are some past karmic situations that are not being worked out. Instead, they're defending those wounds for some reason. Okay? Even though deep down they know that they just need to work through that, and even though that's going to be difficult or feels difficult right now, there's just something that needs to be done. But yeah, clearly they're not at that point of realization just yet. So yeah, they're still like propagating the issues here. The Three of Swords really is like life sucking and life draining, and it's not, yeah, I think this person has a habit of being very negative, like seeing the negative side of things. Anything you say of like, yay, I completed a puzzle, like, oh, just one, there's sort of like a negging quality to this one. And also they could be like a perfectionist. Maybe they see you as an equal almost, because we have two queens coming up. So they are acting as one, but then they're also kind of showcasing how, look, I'm the best, I'm the leader, I know more, I'm senior, I have more experience, the more better, those types of qualities coming in. And so perhaps they boss you around, or they kind of feel threatened that you're just learning, you're just starting out, so, or you are inexperienced in this field and I know better, so don't speak up, or, oh, you think that's great, look at what I have achieved. There's sort of this comparison that can be happening here too. It's very interesting that pile number 1 also got the 9 of Wands, and this one is literally like baring teeth and there's blood falling out. I don't know if you can see in that much detail in the video, but yeah, there's like scratches and there's blood coming out here. Very vampiric, right? Yeah. Also, like, depends on who's watching, but it can even be like who's a better parent type of competition too, like whose child is doing better, who is being a better parent, who, like, oh, your child achieved this, well, my child won this competition and came first, so yeah, there can be that comparison too if you have children and that resonates with you. Yeah. Hurt people. That's the idea, basically. Very defensive, very insecure. They've been hurt a lot, and instead of trying to be empathetic to others, they're like, why should I be the only one to suffer? That sort of ideology. I think they're in that phase of inacceptance, kind of rage and revenge, you know? Again, it displays how different with different intensities for different people watching, because everyone's not in the same stage of life. If you are, again, a little bit younger or interacting with a younger person, then the more like excessive emotions are going to be resonating with you, whereas if it's more the maternal side, it can be more like quiet pain or like suppressed emotions that has been undealt with, and so now it's kind of falling out on involuntarily and affecting everyone's mood. And I also feel like when they walk into a room, everybody feels drained. It's like, this person again, or these people again. Like, I cannot deal, So many people feel like this. Yeah, it can even be like a group of people that are like, this person energy is a bit much. Like, they're too much in your face, and they're just, no, it's too much. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at your charms, mini tarot, and letters. Feel free to guess any letters that come to mind, any symbols coming through, and drop them in the comments. Let's see. Because even if they don't show up here, it can be that they have some separate symbolism unique for you. So that'll be interesting to know and kind of discover for yourself. Okay, pile number 2, please. Who is draining their energy? Who is this? Is draining their energy. Oh, we got only letters. Interesting. We have D, we have J, and we have I. Now the charms. We have a key, we have a wand, and we have a seahorse. Seahorse, again, like parenting. Who's the most nurturing? Who's the most kind? Who's the most supportive parent? Who is like the most skilled and, can do various different activities, basically. What else? The yeah, like is I'm special. That's the energy I'm getting. Like I'm special. I'm the solution. I have the answers. Um, yeah, that's the feeling there. But it's like you have to tell yourself these things because inside you don't feel that way. I'm special, right? I have all the answers, right? Like there is a self. You're insecure inside, so then you have to keep putting up that facade to just reassure yourself. That's the vibe I'm getting here. So they might come across as very loud or very in your face or very, trying to solve everyone's problems. Nobody asked them, but they will try to do that and kind of taking over your projects or your space. Just, I think, like big persona, and that just it kind of feels like they're just sucking in everyone's energies around them and yeah, putting on that facade basically. So DIJ, that can be your first, last, middle name. It can be theirs as well. It can even be like a nickname that they have too. I'm also getting like identity or like existence issues, existential crisis, identity issues, these types of things. Like when you don't know who you are, then you kind of have to, well, the slow and steady and a more reliable way would be to discover yourself, to experiment, explore, and figure yourself out, be open to things, and be humble about who you are. But people who cannot cope with that crisis or that pain of not knowing, it can be that they just adopt anything that they think is approved by other people. So having great achievements, approved, yes, part of my personality. Someone who, is loud or explains themselves a lot or gives solutions, they're respected, okay, tick, added to personality. Meanwhile, in reality, they could probably just need to do some meditation or go to a therapist or just, sit down and think, just spend a moment in silence, and the answers would just come. Okay, any more indications about who this person is? What are they like? Pile number 2. We have Aquarius, 11th house, and again the South Node. Overthinking person, has a big social group, but no real friends. It can be that they act friendly, but they are also a fake friend because they're afraid to let down their guard and trust. But yeah, that again causes, difficulties to the environment and the people around, basically, right? They could also have Aquarius as their sun, moon, or rising sign. What else? They seem to have quite a few skills. There's like intelligence, they have resources, like maybe they come from a resourceful family, or their society has a lot of opportunities. But even so, there is a certain amount of greed that comes from pain and insecurity. Like even though they have things that they can leverage to feel better about themselves or to get even more ahead in life or to achieve their actual goals, they still feel like, yeah, but I still need to keep proving myself, and I need to take up space in order to be seen and be relevant and valuable and all that. But it does not really bring true fulfillment, which is why, again, hurt people. Yeah, even if they're not actively going out like hurting others, it's just if your energy is in a state of lack, you're going to steal energy from the people around you. That's just how energy balance is going to work. Yeah. Was there something else I was getting? No, I think that's that. Yeah. I don't know if they're intentionally malicious. I don't want to believe that out of anybody, but of course you're in the situation, and if you know who I'm talking about, maybe you know better. Yeah, but I'm not gonna believe the worst. It happens that people who have good intentions end up displaying poor behavior because they didn't think things through or whatever the reason, right? yeah, so that's what's coming through for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What charms or letters that came to you? Do these resonate with you? Yeah, what's your story? Do you know what we're talking about here? Is it two similar people? Is it one person who has these various sides to them? Yeah, let me know. Like the video if you liked the reading. It really helps the video grow. The kind of channel gets pushed ahead, so I really value that very much. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Lots of videos already there, lots more coming up, so plenty to look forward to for you, and I try to provide as much value as I can in every video. So yeah, if it's resonating, if I'm the tarot reader for you, please subscribe. If you have already subscribed, thank you very, very much. That means a lot to me. Share the video with someone that is close to you, someone that maybe is experiencing the same effects, and they could select their pile and see who is surrounding them that's draining their energy. Or you can just let them know what you discovered about your surroundings, about a person. And yeah, if you want a personal reading, you can reach out to me through the links in the description box. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So first question is, do you have any energy vampires around you? And then we will dive into who it is if the answer is yes. So we have Vapor Trail coming through. I think you kind of do and don't at the same time, because you're not bothered by it anymore. Maybe you had in the past and now you've moved on from it, from them, yeah. Or it is that even if they are around you, you have sort of emotionally or mentally detached, and so it just doesn't bother you anymore. Okay, so there is a moving past, but it seems like still a recent thing. So I don't know if it's like breaking up with a toxic partner, for example. You just said goodbye, and so now you're leaving the vampiric energy. Or even like friends, if you're not gelling, if there was some like problems there, you said your goodbyes and now you're done with that. Can even be leaving a certain group of people as well. So let's see what's coming through, who it is. Pile number 3, please. Describe their energy vampires. Who is draining their energy? Or was draining their energy? King of Pentacles. Lots of like kings and queens coming out. For you're the third pile that's getting some royalty. They usually symbolize authority figures or dominant figures. We have the 10 of Wands coming next. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. It's like wanting to break the glass ceiling, but not really knowing how. We have the 7 of Wands. One more card, please. And the Fool. Okay, and what is their, how do they really vamp on you, or did they vamp on you? What is causing this energy drain about this connection or person? Page of Pentacles. and Six of Swords. Okay, so I'm getting... Okay, hang on. The first thing that came to mind is being taken advantage of. So someone was taking advantage of you, your niceness, your opportunities, resources, kindness, help, whatever it is that you're offering. Someone was taking advantage. And this person is someone who's, I think, does a good job at whatever they are doing professionally, or more like unemotional things in life. But they're also very aloof at the same time. So if you're feeling upset, they might not notice, you know. Very involved with, like self-involved. Four of Pentacles can point to stinginess as well. Someone who was overworking, very defensive, traveling a lot for opportunities and work. The Sun coming out and Cancer energy. So kind of self-involved, or like prioritizing some people over others. So you kind of didn't make the cut, let's say, in terms of who they prioritize, right? Don't shoot the messenger, all right? Just relaying the information here. Seems to have, skills and resources of their own, but somehow acts like, stingy. They don't want to share, they don't want to spend, always tired, or at least acting tired, as if they're always overwhelmed by people and things and everything. And the kind of like, this is what I want to do, so this is what I'll do. Why should I compromise? Or, it's so crazy. Like here we have a leader figure, like a patriarch type of thing. And over here we have a baby. So it really shows like an elder person, but very immature inside. So that could be like very confusing as a relationship dynamic. I want to know, how are you guys really related? Maybe you already know who I'm talking about, but this is just for me, so it's useful for my interpretation. How are they related? Pile number 3 and this person. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands coming out. It can be like someone you look up to. Someone you look up to. Or looked up to. Even the Sun represents that leader figure, patriarchal figure. Doesn't have to be the father. It can just be someone that's kind of a role model for you. But then you discover kind of the true colors. And the High Priestess as well coming through. Can be like dual personality, someone who I think like has an image. They know how to portray themselves. But you can't really know what is truly going on inside their head and heart, because they don't really reveal much. So kind of closed off person. So perhaps you tried to connect with them and try to understand them. The mystery was kind of alluring. But then, nothing more than was able to come out of that. Because it really feels like you were the one kind of reaching out, making the effort because you admired them, or there were some qualities that you really yeah, again, like you looked up to, you were proud of, even you thought they were quite skilled, for example, like you could learn things from them. So this again applies in a romantic or platonic situation. If you looked up to somebody, you were trying to approach them, and they're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make pile number 3 do all of the work, and I'm not gonna actually give any support or help. I'm going to burden them and question them, but I'm not going to, you know, support them in the way that they need. So yeah, I think it's like toxic behavior in that way. And in some cases, I'm like hearing toxic masculinity, so it could very well be like a masculine figure that we are talking about. Yeah, okay, let's get some astro dice here, get a little bit more descriptions. For pile number 3, please. Who's this energy vampire? We have Venus and Scorpio in the 3rd house. Yeah, the 3rd house can be someone in your team or someone you regularly talk to, someone you think about. But I think this vampiric thing is like, it becomes the kind of an obsession with Venus and in Scorpio. It's very obsessive, possessive, even like controlling, that type of thing. If it's, again, like, I'm not saying Scorpio is bad or anything. Any zodiac can show difficulties and such like immature type of behavior if it's not integrated, if it's not understood, because every zodiac has flaws, every planet has flaws and everything, right? So I'm not gonna say, you know, this is always horrible, but we're doing a toxic reading kind of, so we have to look at that side, right? Venus and Scorpio, by the way, just so you know, on the plus side, it can be someone who's very dedicated and, you know, a natural therapist who really knows what's going on in the mind, what other people truly need in order to be happy, in order to grow, and so they can really bring that sort of joy and intimacy, right? But in the toxic situation, it can bring like, this is what I want, and this is what makes me feel good, so I'm going to make that happen. I don't care about you. Okay, or like, this is what makes you tick, this is what makes you insecure, so I'm going to make you insecure like this, kind of using the knowledge that they have you against you, sort of. Let's say you opened up emotionally and now they know your vulnerabilities, so Venus and Scorpio will be like, oh, you are you know, insecure again, huh? Do you want to feel this again? Do you want to make me jealous again? This type of thing. It's like not a fair fight and a very low blow is what I'm picking up. Yeah, once again, don't shoot the messenger. It's like very raw things are really coming out here. I'm sorry if it's triggering anybody. Yeah, that's what's coming through, and it's really nice, and I'm even saying this in such a direct way because with the vapor trail, it looks like you've moved on. You're leaving that. You're seeing this for yourself. Yeah, this person was not right for me. I shouldn't have looked up to them. They have their own battles. They have their own problems. Like, they need to deal with it. I should not have put myself in that situation so much. I shouldn't have reached out so much or pushed myself, you know, into their lives or whatever that you did in order to establish a certain dynamic here. Pulling away, like taking advantage, pulling away. These are some behaviors coming through, or literally traveling, and also Venus in Scorpio in a very adverse situation can point to cheating as well. You know, yeah, it depends how hurt and toxic we are talking, but it can possibly go there. But I wouldn't say it's very physical. It's more like with texting or through social media or like just communication type of thing. And yeah, it depends like who you speak to. Some people consider that cheating, some people don't. So, you know, you be your own judge for that. Yeah. Okay, let's get you some charms now. Some charms and letters and mini tarot. Feel free to guess along, use your intuition as well. See what symbols or letters pop up in your mind. Even if they don't show up here, drop it in the comments. It could be spelling out a different, you know, individualized message for you. Okay, file number 3, please. What can we know about their energy vampire? we have a butterfly, we have a dragonfly, we have a heart, changing feelings, we have temperance, NIS, sin. Whoa, okay. Huh. Sin, kind of attracting bad karma. They need to work through some blockages and obstacles that they're dealing with themselves, like negative karma that they are dealing with, in order to show up better. Yeah, healing is definitely needed. We have the temperance there that points to that. But even if it was not a great situation, be thankful, because you came out of it and much stronger. Now you know what is worth it and what is not. You know your worth much more, and you can be a better judge of character if that was the lapse, or you can decide how much to open up to someone at a certain rate, and who not to, etc. So you learn some things basically for yourself, and the dragonfly is symbolizing rebirth, and it's much stronger rebirth at this time. Even the butterfly is a symbol of transformation and rebirth. It's a caterpillar, and then it goes through the cocoon phase, and then it has to struggle to come out, and when it does, it's gorgeous, right? It brings so much joy. It's symbolizing lightness and fluidity, more harmony. You can go with the flow, and it's just much more easy. It's more in your control. It's in your hands. You understand yourself much better, and even the situation much more. So yeah, hindsight can be very, very powerful. So take your lessons and love yourself for whatever you've been through, and just be wiser for the next. That's all. Yeah, it's very supportive, the message that's coming out for you here. Yeah, so yeah, that's what's coming through for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would be nice to hear from you. Maybe some symbols that popped up for you, I could interpret them for you in the comments, and what resonated, what did not. If you want to share that, feel free to do so. Like the reading, like the video if you like the reading. It really shows your support, tells me that something's going right here. And subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It makes a big difference for me. I'm a small channel. It really helps it grow, really pushes out the content, and helps other people find my work and see if they resonate with things as well. If you have already subscribed, thank you very, very much. That means so much to me. And yeah, if you want a personal reading, you can reach out to me through the links in the description box. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi there, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. So first, let's take a look at if you have energy vampires around you, one or multiple, and then we will dive into who they are and how exactly do they vamp on you, and yeah, we'll see what comes through. So we have cell. Cell can be pointing to like you have one that's around you, or it's like it shows the potential for one. Could be like a kind of a energy vampire or something. Okay, let's get into the identity, and then also how they vamp. It'll tell a lot. Like if they have plenty of issues or something, then we can see kind of the degree of how much they're draining your energy. Also the way that they are draining your energy. What can we know for pile number 4, please? Their energy vampires around pile number 4. What are they like? Oh wow, okay, the first card coming out is the Tower. Then we have the Page of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, and the Emperor. A little bit more about them, please. We have Scorpio and we have Chiron. Chiron represents deep insecurity, spiritual strengths, and rebirth cycles. And Scorpio is a zodiac of emotional and spiritual transformation and, death and rebirth cycles. How exactly are they vamping on pile number 4? We have the Eight of Swords for you and the Knight of Pentacles. So it seems like this person is a disruptor or a wild card, someone with erratic energy, sometimes too much and sometimes not too little, but like, they keep to themselves, or they it's just unpredictable behavior, and that can be very hard to deal with. This person seems to be in your co-working space, so it could be in your team. Because we have the Emperor and the Queen, it could be a leader figure or someone older than you, or they act older, as if they have everything figured out, as if they're very sorted, organized people, like they have very useful advice and it would be a good idea for everyone to follow them. But then they also want to be very relatable, so that they act kind of unpredictable or, spontaneous as well. So this person has quite a few insecurities themselves. I think fear of not fitting in is the biggest one coming out. The fear of not knowing enough in terms of social emotional cues. So when they hear you talking to someone else, or like when they just hear two people talking and they are not part of the conversation, they can get very like anxious that, what are they talking about? So then they might just drop in like, hey, what are you guys talking about? Or, what's going on over here? Shall we hang out over there? Loop me in or something. They're just wanting to try to be part of the conversation, or part of the group. Even in terms of work, if they feel like their contributions are like not listened to, even slightly, right? You can't always have great ideas, but even if they have that, logical understanding, the feeling of rejection is just very strong for them, right? So in that sense, I think there's just too much going on from them, and they are in your close vicinity, it seems like, that it can get very mind boggling for you. Like you just feel really annoyed, or you feel kind of trapped as well. Like you want to just try and focus, you get your stuff done and then go back home, but it seems like this person is just there, so they affect your productivity and your sense of peace and steadiness as well. Like their instability kind of makes you feel unstable as well, and at times you even might get confused, like, is this mine? Is this like me being unstable and anxious, or is it the other person that I'm just really affected by? So I don't know if this is like a you thing, they're doing this only with you, or is it with another person also? Because the Three of Pentacles, I feel like two of you are friends and this person just kind of keeps butting in, So if you have another like coworker friend that you generally gel with and you have this interference, they might know exactly what we're talking about here. They might also be going through this type of vampire situation with the same person. Whew, okay. It does not seem outright malicious, though. This person is not trying to be jealous or steal. It seems like they have their own fears, and they just want as much as possible for themselves in the way not to steal from others, but as a validation for the work they do or for the mind they have. I'm fun, and so you should want to hang out with me. I have great ideas, and so you should listen to me. I have experience, so yeah, you should follow my lead. It's like that. Like it's a self-created vortex, let's call it. Yeah. Okay. They can also diminish your mental health, which, if it gets very severe, of course, it can lead to physical damages too. But if you're in a co-working space and you don't meet them outside and they're not very involved in your life, then you don't have to worry about that. And the mental imbalance, like I was getting, you feel unsteady or something, unstable. That can again be just a temporary thing. Like when you're around them, you just feel clearly very puzzled. And when you're away, you feel much more clear, calm. You're doing your stuff, you're responsible, you're organized, you're not getting overwhelmed by everything, and so on. They might also be loud, like suddenly making loud noises, like everything is quiet, and then suddenly they'll, I don't know, use the stapler for no reason. There's nothing to staple, but yeah. Or they'll start talking on their phone really loud, or I don't know, clicking the pen a lot or tapping their feet a lot. There's a lot of fidgeting that I'm getting here. So really the nervous energy is so out loud. It's very obvious. And they also, I'm getting they do these noisy behaviors as well to gain attention. Yeah. Also, bootlicking. I get for with the bosses, with the leader figures, they'll be extra teacher's pet type. Yeah. Yeah. But at least it's nice that they're not, being negative about other people behind their backs or something. They're not trying to actively put anyone down. Yeah, so I don't get malicious intent. It's just very insecure. Yeah, it's very clear message that's coming out for you. Let's get some astro dice. Again, Scorpio, I was feeling that. Imagine if Scorpio comes again. I was thinking. So we have Scorpio, Sun, and the 7th house. So yeah, I think insecure about themselves in comparison with others, or feeling like other people are more powerful, they have more control, they have more authority, so they're feeling like they have to basically scramble themselves to make themselves as valuable and noticed. Yeah, they always think that other people are, much more at an advantage. They have much more power. They know a lot more, so they want to be part of that gang. And so how other people perceive them is super important. That deeply, deeply affects them because they have a lot of these insecurities. Yeah, so when they feel like you're not seeing them for the qualities they're trying to project, and instead you're seeing what they really are, that makes them very, very insecure. And yeah, I think they don't know what to do in those situations as well. And even though they want you to notice, sometimes they're not obviously they're not saying, hey, notice me, but obviously you see that through their actions and attitude and even volume. Okay, let's get some charms and mini tarot, some letters. So feel free to guess along with me, use your intuition as well. Maybe some unique symbols come to you, drop them in the comments, and I can interpret them for you. Maybe that means something special for you, right? All right, let's see. Pile number 4, please. Let's talk about their energy vampire. What can we know about them? Okay. Okay. We have a white heart, we have 2 tennis rackets, we have a starfish, and we have a rocking horse. Then we have the Hanged Man, 10 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the letter K, Queen of Cups, and we have the 2 of Wands. No, wait, not the 2, the 3, sorry. Yeah, again, this person does not seem to be actively malicious. That is coming up again. But they have deep insecurities, once again coming up. Family issues stemming from there. Maybe like they are a big happy family, but this person is like the black sheep, is not included in things, or is compared or put down by family members knowingly or unknowingly, and that has had a big effect. It could also be that they're like the middle child, or because they're, I say 3, right? So they could be the middle child, or it's like lots of siblings and cousins kind of around them, so it was kind of inevitable that they felt a little bit neglected, like they didn't have the special attention. They also might like try too hard in the sense of giving gifts or giving compliments and trying to make everyone feel great about themselves, and sometimes it just comes across a bit too fruity, like relax, it's okay, some days you can just come in and have a regular day, you don't have to say too much. So I think, that's also one of their ways of dealing with it and coping with it. When I see the white heart, I'm thinking of white chocolate. So like some people are into that, but then it's also like, after a while it's decadent, it's nice, feels great to be complimented, but if you take it too far, then it's just sugar basically, right? So it can feel like a bit much, but they have a peaceful heart inside. Okay, now the tennis rackets, it's like again a participant. There are 2 people participating, so again that's coming in like, oh, let me play, that sort of vibe coming out. Then the rocking horse, there are many horse charms, by the way, and I've not gotten the rocking horse out. So it's amusing because you're not a real horse, you're pretending to be a horse, and you just keep going around in circles. I think people would just respect them more, and they would feel much better about themselves, and everything would just go more smoothly, and they would actually end up getting everything they're looking for if they just were themselves, But obviously it's easier said than done. If you have like insecurities about their identity, it's a tough one. You have to go through some, therapy, or, all that. You have to create some transformations, do some self-work in order to get out the other side. But it is definitely possible, and it just requires some effort and initiative. Then we have the starfish over there, which also symbolizes transformation. Even when you cut off a tentacle, it's just going to grow back. And it's very stable, it kind of sticks to places, so loyalty is also coming in. So they're not going to like spill your secrets or something, but the reasoning is not so nice, because they just want to be liked. Even if they're talking to someone else, they're not going to spill your secrets, because not only do they want to be liked by the other person, they also want your approval. So this looking for approval, appreciation, credit, all this thing is quite there. Putting on a powerful facade but feeling very small inside. That's the idea that's coming. So the vampiric behavior is not intentional, but it's still obviously affecting you. If I put myself in your shoes and I see someone very just fidgeting, I don't even need to know other things. If they're just fidgeting a lot, I'd be like, oh my god, just stop, I need to work, I need to focus, can you stop being so noisy, right? I can't say that out loud perhaps, but yeah, I can feel it for sure. Especially at the workplace where you don't really have such an open communication necessarily to just say, oh my god, can you stop it, right? Yeah, I can get it. Now the K, that can be your first, last, or middle name initial, or the company you work at, the team you have, or this other person. But if you got another letter in mind or another symbol or charm, like I said, drop it in the comments. I can interpret that for you. And it'll also be interesting for me to know. So that's what I have for you, pile number 4. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What about this resonated with you? Which member is it, do you think? Or like, what are your thoughts overall, right? Let me know. Like the video if you liked the reading, that it helped you out or gave you clarity, or the support kind of made you feel not crazy for feeling crazy. And yeah, comment, like I said, like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. If you have already, thank you so very much. It really shows the support. And for those of you who have not subscribed, again, shows the support, especially for a small channel. It helps me grow and it means so much to me. Share with this other member, by the way, that it keeps coming up, that's kind of along the same journey as you, and maybe they also pick the same pile. It would be very interesting for you guys, right? If you want a personal reading, you can reach out to me through the links in the description box. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye.